Hello, Floss Tube Yarn friends. I'm back with my Fat Floss edition. So there's a slight chance this might be attached to the other one. We'll see how long this one goes. And if it's less than an hour and a half for everything, then I might have everything together, but I might not, but we'll see. If not, and you haven't watched the rest of the beginning of the one that I add this to, and this is a brand new one, I'm Janelle. And this is my Floss Tube channel, Coffee, Wine, and Stitching Time. And I not only cross stitch, even though my Floss Tube is primarily cross stitch, I also knit, crochet, Tunisian crochet, quilt, sew, you name it. I've either tried it or, yeah, I've got a craft room full of different things. So there you go. So I covered all of my Floss Tube items. I talked a little bit about my flat floss, my fabric pieces that I got, and maybe a little bit of plans. I didn't go into a whole lot of detail in there because I haven't been up in my sewing room lately. Because it's a disaster and things are falling all over the place, and I'm afraid that something's going to come out and attack me pretty soon. So I'm trying to get through all of the stuff that I have that I've acquired in the last month, couple months, whatever, so I can put everything away so that if there is something hiding in there, I know I can find it, and then I can actually use it and sew and find my table and do all the good things up there. So let's go. Okay, so like I said, I did the Floss Tube and I did the flat floss. Now we're doing the fat floss, aka yarn. Let me find some yarn. Here's some yarn. Yarny goodness. I am a knitter. I love to knit. I've been knitting and crocheting probably the longest stretch of everything. So I've had like a couple like periods here where I would do a little cross stitch before, a little sewing before, a little this, little that, back and forth, how we kind of like alter and go from different places here and there. And so, but the yarn has always been a static in my life. So I have yarn goodness to share. Now I'm not going through, I haven't done a whip parade on my Floss Tube either yet for all my stitching things, but that'll happen someday. Someday I'm going to do a whip parade on my yarn stuff because I've got at least 20 projects in motion for knitting and crocheting. But I'm going to show you the ones that I'm actively working on, and then my recent acquisitions for yarn stuff. And yeah, there you go. So let's go ahead and do this. So I'm in Minnesota. We have a lot of yarn shops around us. We also have access to a lot of online yarn shops as well. Duh. Online shopping is huge, especially in the last couple of years. So my local yarn shop that I frequent most is Bee Woolen. And Bee Woolen is in Champlin, Minnesota. And if you haven't seen my Instagram post or things that I've been tagged in and things like that, I do help them out, and I help host a Monday night Zoom knitting night with them. And currently I'm working on a knit along in the shop on Wednesdays as well. So we'll start there first. And we are going to have some noise of things because I can't keep yarn together or separate without bags. So bear with me, and I apologize, but I'm going to try to keep the crinkles away from the microphone side so that it is okay. So one of my first whips that I have going, and this is the current knit along that I am working with a shop on Wednesday nights in the shop. This one's in person. This is called the Scandi Cowl. Isn't that cute? And this is the color version that one of the customers there, I'm not sure if, I'm pretty sure this is the designer. It's Mary Jane Mucklestone. Let me find the actual. Here's the actual cover of the pattern there. So you can see that, you know, there's one color version. Here's another color version. So my color version is similar to this, except the gold. I don't like a lot of yellows and greens and things like that. So here is my progress. And we've only done the stitch along, or the knit along, one night in person so far. And here is my knitting progress. I've got, this is the first section. Now this cowl is huge. It's big. The finished measurements are 16 inches by 59.5 inches. So as you can see, nowhere close. I'm not good at measuring, but I know that's not even close to being done. So, but these are the first two colors that I have. So here are the, I'm gonna blank, Fog. This is called Fog, and this is all Malabrigo Rios. So, yes, and this is worsted weight, yes. Malabrigo Rios. So this is Fog. And then we have Pearl 10. Yep, Pearl 10. And it's looking a little bit more purple than what it is. It's kind of a little more black, charcoaly color. I also have a green here, and I do have a list of all of my colors, and because my tags are all inside. So this green one is called, I have green written down. It's a pretty green though. It's gonna go in a section with the Fog. Basically everything is gonna have a section with the Fog. So then I have this really pretty tealy, turquoisey blue. That's gonna go with the Fog. This really cool purple. See here, you can see purple versus charcoal a little bit there. So purple in the Fog. And then we have a maroon and Fog. So those are the colors. So this is Wednesday. This is my Wednesday adventure, Wednesday nights, 6 to 8 at B. Woolen. So yeah. And again, my progress. And Kate, if you're watching, wait up for me. Kate, she is a speed knitter. I keep telling her to wait for me, that I need a chance to, you know, get ahead, but I have a feeling she's going to be done either this week or this Wednesday or the following Wednesday. I really do. Okay, so there's that one. That project. I have five total whips that I'm going to show you here, because these are all my active ones that I do pick up and work on. This next one is called the Loveland Shawl, and I do not have the pattern printed out, so I cannot show you the pattern printed out. But this is Tunisian crochet. If you've never heard of Tunisian crochet, it uses a crochet hook with a long cable. So it's like you're picking up stitches and you're putting all your stitches on the cable, and then you crochet them off. So Tunisian crochet looks like this is the knit stitch. So it's a denser fabric than what you would get with normal crochet, and it's even a little denser than what you would get with knitting. So this is my Tunisian crochet so far. Isn't that gorgeous? And for this one, again, this is called the Loveland Shawl, and I honestly don't remember the name of the designer at this time, but I am using Malabrigo again, Malabrigo Rios, and I'm using Potion? P-O-C-I-O-N. That's this color. And then the other one, we'll see if I can find this one easy. Camparisita. Okay, remember? Okay, so if this isn't a continuation of my other video, I did say a word, chupacabra, and I have a Minnesota accent, so my Spanish speaking or other language speaking accent does not work. This is me saying it Minnesota. It's C-U-M-P-A-R-S-I-T-A. Compasita, maybe. So it's these two colors together. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty. I'm loving this one. This is a great one that I still have to think about it because it's a new technique for me. I just took a class. I just finished a class before I went to Stitch West. But I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, love Lynn Shaw. These 5 projects are the first ones I need to finish before I can start something else. And yes, I say that now, and I'm going to start something new soon. But, hey, that's how it is in the floss world, too. Floss, yarn, fiber, fun. There you go. All right, this one, as I just bumped myself in the head, this one has been in the works for I don't even know how long. So, prior to many, many moons ago, there's a group of us that get together and we were knitting every Thursday night before COVID. And, I mean, years and years and years. We've got years of funness together. And so before COVID was starting, or maybe this might have been after COVID when we started getting back together again. But we sometimes would do like a knit-along where we would all do the same project. So this is called the Volcano Cowl. I'm gonna try to. My light's not gonna be real good here, and I apologize. But with this, that's a little bit better. So you're basically holding 2 strands of yarn together, and you switch the colors out. I am on the final stretch right here, and I do have this printed out so you can see what this looks like in the end. It's a black and white version, but this is what it'll look like in the end. And it's called Volcano. It uses 4 different colors. So I've got, and I'm not going to find all the tags. I'm just going to be honest. This really cool burgundy. I've got stitch markers everywhere. A really cool chocolate brown. A nice cream color. That cream really does wash out, doesn't it? Maybe it'll come out when. And then this one. This one I know is called Hagrid's Hut. And look, can you see it has some sparkle in it? I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So Hagrid's Hut has a little sparkle in it. This is all sock yarn, and there's a mixture of forbidden fiber and Malabrigo in here. So I don't think it's all forbidden fiber. No, it's not all forbidden fiber. There's, yeah, Malabrigo and that. So isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so I have a lot of yarn left over here from after doing this. And one of my friends, Awilda, she found a pattern that had the same kind of patterning to it for a hat, for a beanie. And she was able to get 2 hats out of it. One with like this color being the main, and then one with this color being the main. So I'm super excited for that because out of all this, I'm going to get 2 hats and a cowl. So yes, and I am on the final stretch of the cowl. Finally. So I think there's only one other person. This has been a project that I've had for over a year, pretty sure. I think there's only one other person that has not finished it already, and maybe she has and I just don't remember. But yeah, so it's gonna get done before the end of the year. But I also have 2 more hats in there also. So do I call it done when I'm done with the Volcano Cowl, or do I call it done when I'm done with the cowl and both hats? Because y'all know I need a hat. Okay, next one. And these bags are amazing. Let's see. They are from It's So Emma, and they're mesh bags. They're a plastic, but they're mesh, and I love these bags. Love, love, love them. Okay, this. I feel like I missed. No, I'm not missing anything. This one is called Night Shift, and this is a shawl by Dre Renee Knits. So this is, so you can see all the different colors in there. So I will hold up the colors and I'm gonna try to tell you what they are. This is from Knitting Fever. This one is called, I think this one, yeah, this must be Painted Desert. Oh wait, Painted Desert is the type. So it's Knitting Fever. Painted Desert. Sorry if that's washing out. The color is Palm Beach. Okay. Then we have Yellowstone. Knitting Fever, Painted Desert. And then we have Glacier Cave. Okay. So I got these 3 items a long, long time ago with the thoughts that it was going to be for the night shift. Well, then I'm like, I just never got started on it. So I decided, okay, we're going to do this. So other people were interested in doing it in the Monday Night Knit Along group. And so I thought, all right, this is it. Well, I started doing it and I thought, I need more yarn. This isn't enough colors. Even though I don't follow, patterns are a guideline for me. So I decided, I found this. Isn't that neat? And it just pulls everything. Wait till you see the progress. Oh. This one is Zebra Fingering, and it's 100% Peruvian Highland wool, and it's called That's Beautiful, Katie by Knitwise Fibers. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, then I thought, you know what? I need a little something to tone this down a bit. So with the shift cowl, you're like doing every other kind of a deal. So I found these at Bee Woolen, and these are Schwuppel, and they are, oh, I'm not going to be able to say that. I don't know if that's the name or, I don't know. But so they're both the same thing. It's just the white is inside this one and the black's inside this one. So they're the same thing. So let's do there. So all of these together will make a beautiful one of these. And I have a really hard time getting started on this one, but there's a inside joke on this project because I kept measuring it against my nose to figure out, and so right here is the size of my nose, okay? So look, I've gotten past my nose now. Now I have kind of a beak. But look at how those colors are turning out. Isn't that pretty? So I've had a rough start. Most people have theirs done when we were doing the knit along, but yeah, I have a slow start on this one, so I gotta get going on this one also. So that is the night shift. Okay, then I feel like I'm going through these kind of fast, but you know, I'm not really sure if who loves the yarn, who doesn't love the yarn, you know, and I don't know. Everybody has different likenesses and hobbies and things that they care about, and my hot apple cider is now apple juice cold. Oh well. Alright, this one, another one of these bags. This one is a sweater, and I'm kind of still in a class This is the Slice sweater. And I'm just taking this class through Be Woolen. This is from Hugestrike. Hugestrike? I don't know. It's HYGGESTRIK. So I don't know if there's an actual designer name. I don't know. But this sweater is worked back and forth. It's garter stitch. I am currently, so you start with a sleeve and then you go up the arm and across the body. And then you do the other thing over here and then you join them together and then you pick up the collar and you pick up the bottom. Okay, well, obviously I have a lot going on, so here's my, oh, that's the back side. Here's the front. So this is my sleeve, one of my sleeves with all my stitch markers, because everywhere there's a stitch marker, there's an increase. So it's kind of hard to see it, but this is a gray. And my yarn is Cascade Cantata. And the color is, if it's just gray. Cascade Cantata gray. This is is there woolen in too? It's hand wash, lay flat to dry. I feel like it's part cotton. Here we go, 70% cotton, 30% superwash merino wool. So it's super, super soft. But here's one of my sleeves and my cuff. So I am actually, you know, getting up to get into the body. And then I have the second sleeve started because, or I should say the second cuff started, because I got stuck on that one before I could get back to class, so I got this one started too. So yeah, so there's my Slice sweater. So I have 5 projects here that are actively being worked on. These are my active whips. My Slice sweater is actively worked on for every other Wednesday for a class, and my night shift is semi-actively worked on during Monday nights during my Zoom. My Scandi cowl is actively worked on every other Wednesday at the knit along. My temperance shawl is when I need some nice, quiet, relaxing, or not temperance, oh my goodness, you'll find out about temperance later. Loveland shawl is when I need some nice, quiet, relaxing crochet work. I need my hands to do something else other than the knitting. And then my volcano is just easy knitting. Round and round you go. Where you stop is the end. I guess you do know. I just rhymed. Look at that. So those are my whips for my yarn. One thing that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of about 5 containers worth of stuff here. I joined, well, first I'll do my Be Woolen. So Be Woolen has, it's a lock-in event. And they do it, they've been doing them like once or twice a month, and they're really kind of fun. So you are going to hear crinkles here right now because I have a plastic bag, and I'm going to dump it out to get rid of that plastic bag. Okay, and yarn flew, and things flew. But I got it. Okay, so we went to a lock-in. Was it last Saturday? Yes, the 6th. The 6th. It was, the theme was cocoa and cashmere. And they have awesome little not grab bags, but like gifts. So first of all, we got this really cool little yarn bag with their logo on it, and it's kind of a linen material. As a cross stitcher, I'd look at it and be like, that would look like something somebody would cross stitch on. So it's a nice linen bag. I love it. It's a perfect size for a small project. We got that. We got a skein of string Dolcetto DK, 70% merino, 30% cashmere. So we got that. We got a salted caramel hot cocoa, a chocolate raspberry hot cocoa, a pack of handcrafted vanilla bean marshmallows, a little item of soak. And if you don't know what soak is, this is like a wash for wools and delicates. So you can put this in the water to hand wash. And then we got coupons. 20% off a real fur pom-pom. 20% off a Dolcetto yarn purchase. And there's a third coupon around here somewhere. Not really sure where it went. If I find it, I find it. If I don't, I don't. At this point, I don't think I'm going to find it. I'm not sure. I can't remember what the other 20%. It was, I think, 20% off something else, but oh well. So with that, we also got an idea of some free patterns that we could use with our Dolcetto yarn. Nice, huh? And these are all free patterns. There's 6 hats on there. There's Windsor Light, the Raven Bean. So Windsor Light, right here. Raven Beanie DK. Car. Tied Knots. Nice cable hat. Bolton Pass hat. And Latu. So, some ideas. So, they're really good about, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, sorry about that. So they're really good about putting things together for you in a manner and everything like that where you're going to be able to use them. So, I don't have it here, but I did pick up I picked up another Dolcetto yarn. So I'm going to have these two together. This is kind of a pinky, purpley, fuchsia kind of color. And I think what I'm going to make with this one is called, yes, this one is a pattern called My Checkered Past Hat. And there's a cowl also. So I think I'm going to, I don't know, I don't think I'll have enough for both, but I'm going to do the cowl for sure out of these two. That'll be really cute. So, so thank you, Bewillen, for that. Ooh, my yarn is flipping all over. It's just flying. Okay, sorry for the noise. Okay, then while you're there, you know, you see samples, you find things, just like when you go to the local needle shop stores. Well, I found another cowl that I thought was awesome, and it was called the Pinus cowl, Pinus, I think is how you say it. And I don't have a copy of it yet, but I'm going to do it out of this. And this is, again, the Pearl 10, the same that I'm using in the Scandi cowl, and then Malabrigo Rios. And then this one is English Rose. And that is actually pretty true colors coming out right there. That is going to be stunning. I can't wait to see that one done. And then, I don't know why. Okay, I thought I was grabbing this because I was thinking this was a new purchase, but this is an old purchase, so I've already forgotten what this is for, so it just came out of my room with me. There you go. Okay, we're going to get rid of that noisy bag. We're going to throw the yarn down here, and this one down there, and that one down there. Okay, so now we've got more tabletop space. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is my Good Vibes tour. So I decided to, everybody's talking about subscription boxes and things like that. And this was about the same time I was figuring everything out about Black Needle Society and all of their great, they're wonderful subscription boxes. No, hands down, they do awesome. So I thought, okay. So I found this one. This was 3 yarn shops that went together. String Theory, Apple Yarns, and Not Another Hat. I believe those are the 3. If I'm wrong, I'll find out as I'm going through the boxes. It was more expensive, but I thought, okay, I'm getting 3 boxes because it's the fall version. So there you get 3 boxes, one each month during the fall. They have other versions as well. And so I thought, oh, this is going to be great because I'm used to seeing what Black Needle Society has. So, and there is tissue paper in here, so I apologize right now. But I'm just going to say, with all the yarn shops that I have around me and all the yarn adventures that I've been on, the items in the box are great. I love the items in the box, but it doesn't hold the value for what I paid, if that makes sense. And maybe I'm spoiled because I'm used to what the Black Needle Society has and what other boxes have done. So, for example, I have all 3 boxes here from the fall Good Vibes tour. And I also have a box from one of the other stores that actually was part of this. Oh, maybe they weren't. I don't remember now. I'll have to see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it wasn't Apple Yarns. Maybe it was Fuzzy Goat. I don't know. I can't remember now. I'm so sorry. But as we go through this, we'll look at the papers and see. So I just don't feel that the value held for all the items that we had. And they say that there's a lot more that I'm missing because they have like a monthly Zoom call, but I'm not really sure. I don't see the monthly Zoom calls being $100 and some value myself. So maybe we have really good prices for yarn in Minnesota. I don't know. But here we go. So the first box we got. So the Good Vibes tour is basically a road trip. And I'm not knocking the idea. I love the idea. I love the items that I got. I'm just saying that the value wasn't completely there, I didn't think. And we're going to see right here. Okay, so I have to go back on what I said. Apple Yarns is not part of this. This was, and it, because I got this cup. So there's this cup. It says Good Vibes Yarn Tour. We have Fuzzy Goats, and I've ordered things from Fuzzy Goat before, and I love them. I think they're great. Not Another Hat. I've watched them on Facebook Lives, and they've got some pretty amazing things. Sarah, she does great. I not knocking anything at all. And then String Theory. So these are the 3 yarn shops that did this. So this cup really is cool. I do love this cup. And the quality of this cup, I'm going to say, is excellent. There was a notice on Facebook about it that somebody put hot tea in it. I believe it was this one. They put hot tea in it, and they went later, like hours later, to go take a drink of it, and it was still steaming hot. So, so this is a very good quality cup, I must say. So I'm not sure what the actual brand of it is, but yeah. So it's a cute cup. Okay, then so it's basically a road trip to 3 different places. So they went on this road trip. And the first stop in the yarn tour was New Orleans. So in the box, you get a fun little gift, you get the yarn, you get a goodie, and then you get a pattern. So this was New Orleans, and this is the yarn that we received from New Orleans. And this was Feederbrook Farm and Troppy DK. It's 100% blue face Leicester wool, and the colorway is Gentilly. And you can see that this one seems to have a little bit more yellow in it than this one, but you know, it could be all mixed inside. So it's very soft. You'd think when you think blue face Leicester wool, I believe that maybe that's not the right one I'm thinking of, but sometimes it's a bit scratchier, but this is super soft yarn. We got a pattern for Crescent City, and this was done by the Fuzzy Goat, by Cadence at the Fuzzy Goat. So, and then there's also, oh no, this one goes in there. This one's that one's the second box. So that's the first box. So there we go. Second box is from, oh, I forgot to tell you, in the first box, I think they were like some pecan snack cookie things. And they were really, really good. I have a nut allergy, and I still ate them. I did drink lots of water, and I did feel a little reaction, but I kept eating them because they were really, really good. And now they're all gone, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. So there you go. So that was that. Okay, then I think, yes, okay, this is the second box. So then the next stop in our yarn tour is, I think it's Motown. And I'm sorry for the tissue paper. Let me, one quick bring, and it's gone. It's gone. Okay. So the second stop was Motown, USA. And here's the yarn. Let me see if you can see. This pink is really, there we go. That's pretty good to see it. So this yarn is M1 yarns. Both of it is M1 yarns. And this one's called Easy Rider, colorway Can't Hurry Love. And it's Superwash Merino, DK. And this one is Easy Rider Baby Love, Superwash DK. So pretty fun. The pattern for this one, for Motown, I'm gonna get the box out of here so I don't feel like I have to go over the top. Someday Will Be, and it's a cowl by Janet of String Theory Yarn Company. So it's a cute little cowl. And the little gifty thing that we got with this one is a Bluetooth speaker. Good Vibes Yarn Tour. So that's cool, and it's rechargeable. It has the little charging thing in it. And then the little snack that we got was dark chocolate covered dried cherries. I'm surprised I haven't dug into these yet, but I was trying to keep the boxes together as long as I could to talk about them when I did get them and when I finally got on here to do yarn. So I'm doing it now. Okay, the next box was from SoCal, Southern California. This is stop number 3. Let's see here. We got 2 skeins. I'm gonna get rid of the tissue. Tissue gone. We got 2 skeins of yarn, and these are, let's see. There we go. There's True Colors. This yarn is Linares Secretos. It's a fingering weight yarn, and it's in exclusive colors Paradise Cove and California Sun. So those are some fun colors. I'm not a yellow person, but I kind of feel like I might have to do something with them. I know this one for sure. The pattern is called Route 1, and this is a shawl by Sarah Keller of Not Another Hat. So it's a cute pattern. We got a little bag of sea salt caramels. And this is from the Little Flower Candy Company in Pasadena, California. And now this is pretty cool. I do like this. In fact, I like everything that I got here, but I'm just saying there's $100 value missing, I think, myself, but that's what that. A puzzle. I love puzzles. And this is what the puzzle will look like. The Good Vibes Yard Tour. So, fall 2021. So, it's good stuff. I admit, it's good stuff. I love it. I won't do it again, but I'm happy I did it. I am. I'm not disappointed in the products I received. So much fun. Oh my goodness. Now I have to figure out, because I know I won't do all of those patterns that it came with, but I have to figure out which ones I will or will not do. So there you go. That is my Good Vibes Fall Tour. I have one more box to show you. And this one's from Apple Yarns. Now, this one, I saw it online, and I was like, yeah, I have to do this. And there's going to be a few crinkles, and there's some paper. I'm just trying to get everything out so that it doesn't all crinkle so bad. We'll get rid of the box so it's easier to do. Okay, so this box is called the First Holiday Movie Box. So it was kind of sold along the lines of a Hallmark box. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. So it's You and Me and the Christmas Trees Hallmark Channel. And I did miss the October. It's a little thing here. It says October 22nd. Relax, enjoy, and knit or crochet. We hope that by the end of your first movie, you'll have sampled everything in your box. So, I love this box. I feel this is very worth the value I paid for it, plus a whole lot more. They even gave you your choice of color for yarn, so you got to like kind of pick what colorway you wanted to go with. So the first thing they have is called Harvey's Popcorn, and this is butter rum toffee flavor. Now, I am so surprised I have not dug into that, but I knew it would have been totally gone if I did, so I didn't. Then we've got a foot mask. You can put your feet up while you're watching Hallmark movies. Let's see. Then we've got the next thing on their list here is some mulled mullein spice tea bags from Wildwood. There's 4 tea bags in here. So you can have some mulled wine. So that I'm excited to try that. Then after, they don't have everything around here, but okay, so we had a foot mask, right? So you get your feet all cozy and comfy, and then you have socks, and it says, I'm gonna have to open. Sorry, there's lots of crinkles gonna happen, but I'm gonna talk you through them because I'm gonna try to be louder than the crinkles, and crinkle gun. It says, if you can read this, leave me alone, I'm watching Hallmark movies. So those are cute. And they're not too thick. I like that because a lot of these kinds of socks, sometimes they're a little too thick for sitting around. They're nice, thin, comfy house socks. I like that. Okay, there's a candle. It's called Happy to Be Home, Indulge and Pamper. And it's a nice little tin here. It smells really good. I just took it off and I could smell it and it's awesome. Okay, and here's the important part. You have to have the yarn. I picked charcoal as my colorway. And this is a worsted weight, and this is called Anchor. And this is by Apple Fiber Studios. So they have their own yarn name labeled. And it's opal. It's a worsted weight. So pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited for this. It's very soft. Superwash merino. So that's cool. And there, it looks like, so this micro brewed in Bellingham, Washington at the Apple Fiber Studio. For some reason I always thought Apple yarn was out east, but I'm guessing there might be in Washington. So yeah. All right, then of course you get a pattern, and I believe we got a crochet pattern and a knit pattern. So here's lovely hand warmers. A nice little knit pattern. And then the crochet pattern is called Wig Wig. So we got two patterns, yarn, socks, a foot petty thing, 4 tea bags, candle, did I say candle already? And the popcorn. So I thought that was a very fun box, and it's perfect for Hallmark movies. I love it, love it, love it. So very cool. Okay, the popcorn's gonna make a crinkle noise, so that goes down there. The rest of the stuff can slide over. I have one more thing to show you, okay? So one of the ways that I really got involved in my local yarn shop at Be Woolen was through gnomes. And so there's a designer, Sarah, I can't think of her last name. She's from Canada, Imagine Landscapes. And she does mystery knit-along gnomes every so often. And it seems like almost 3 or 4 times a year, maybe. Maybe more. I don't know. But I gotta get up and get something. Hi. 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 One more. Okay. All right. So, Imagine Landscapes Mystery Knit-Along Gnomes. This was like one of my first, I think this might have been my first knit-along that I did with the yarn shop. And so I can't remember the name of this gnome, but here is meet Mr. Gnome. So this gnome here, actually, was this the first one? No, I'm going out of order. I have to start from the beginning of my gnome story. I apologize. Okay, my gnome story. The first gnome that I was knitting is Norm. So we all know gnome is G-N-O-M-E, right? Okay. Well, I know the G's there. I know it's silent, but I want to say it. And any gnome that I create, their name has to start with G-N. So, do you guys remember Fraggle Rock at all? I don't know, growing up, maybe I've totally aged myself there, and who knows. But it was Good News with Gary Gnu. And the Gnu, G-N-U, he always said GNU. Okay, well, for the gnome, I always say gnome. So we have my little gnomes here, and every gnome that I make has to have a name that starts with GN. My first gnome that I made, meet Gnorman. Gnorman is my first. He'll always be my favorite. There's special stories with Gnorman, and Gnorman is pretty darn awesome. And Gnorman is a giant gnome. Yes, he is. Gnorman has been through a whole lot in his life. Poor Gnorman. I wanted a large gnome. I didn't want a little gnome. I wanted a big gnome. So what I did is, and you'll find this out about me too. Well, obviously, watching my floss tubes, you'll see that I change patterns. Patterns are just a guideline. So even though you're supposed to use sock yarn and make a little gnome, I used felted tweed and I held it double, so I made a giant gnome. Hence, Gnorman was born. So, Gnorman, he came, I think he came with arms. Yes, these arms I did not make up. So, Gnorman, the pattern as called for, this is Gnorman. This is all that Gnorman is supposed to be right here, but he's supposed to be this size. He's not supposed to be that size. So Mr. Gnorman here, and he's a little out of whack. I pulled him out of the cupboard because I haven't brought him out yet for Christmas. He usually sits on my shelf all year long except for fall. But I felt Gnorman needed legs, so I made Gnorman some legs. Then Gnorman went away for a little while because it was the wrong season, so he went away. I was only going to have him out at winter and Christmas. But then the poor mice got to Gnorman. Gnorman has had surgery. He's been through many, many baths because every time I would touch Gnorman, my allergies, my eyes were like gigantic. Like you knew that there was a problem with me. There was something happening. It was worse than when I eat nuts. Serious. So, Gnorman has been through a lot, so Gnorman will always be my favorite. So Gnorman now, to save him from those rabid animals that are just horrible and caused all that damage to Gnorman, you know, he likes to sit out now. He doesn't come out during fall though, because he kind of clashes a little bit with all my fall decoration. But this is my Gnorman. So Gnorman, there we go. There's Gnorman. Okay. Hence, let's carry on to part 2 with gnomes. So Imagine Landscapes came out with another gnome knit along. And I think this is the one. Because I don't think I would have made that beard up on my own. So this was the next gnome. And this gnome, I had to do this knit along because look at that cute little, he's got a little pocket. He's got a little pocket in his sweatshirt. And I believe they are supposed to put their hands in there as well. But so this is the one guy. I did put a little extra bead down here, and here's a little twisty top on the hat. But I felt he needed a mate. So he got a girl. Yeah, so we have a gnome couple. Now, I know I had names for these, but I'm getting old because I aged myself earlier watching Fraggle Rock as a kid and everything like that. So I forgot the names of these. So I'm going to have to either figure out if I have them named in a post or I might have to rename them. So maybe that might be something for later. So then, the third. She's had many, many other knit-along, gnome mystery knit-alongs, but I didn't partake in all of them. The next one, though, I did. This was the latest that I did. Gnorman needed a girlfriend. A girlfriend. Yeah, there's no N there, so it's just girlfriend. So Gnorman has a girlfriend named Gnora. Although Gnora has a slight problem. So again, Gnora was supposed to be the same size as these guys, but she's not. She's Gnorman's size. So Gnora, there is a problem with either, because I don't follow directions very well or measure and all that kind of stuff, there's a pattern for Gnora to have arms and actual thumbs and mittens, kind of a thing. I couldn't figure it out. So Ganora does not have any hands or feet yet. So Ganora just sits like this for right now because she can't move very far because she has no legs and she has no arms, so she can't do very much. But look at her cute hat. Isn't that just adorable for the spiral on there? I love it. Sarah comes up with some really cool things for her gnomes. So now I have two couples. I have Ganora and Gnorman, and the two unnamed ones that I can't remember. So there you go. There's my gnome stories. I hope you enjoyed them. And that's all the yarn that I have to share with you today. I do not have any more fat floss stories or any other things to share, but I felt like I've caught up, and that end of my table is clear, and it feels so good because now I can put things away where they're supposed to be. Oh, that feels good too. And then I think I can even get a little stitching or something done tonight. I don't know if I'm going to stitch or if I'm going to knit, but we're going to do one of those. So I hope you enjoyed my Fat Floss edition of Coffee, Wine, and Stitching Time on FlossTube. My name's Janelle, if you haven't, if you forgot. And I think on my last video, I totally forgot to say, do all the things if you want. Subscribe, like, ring the bell. Yeah. And I'll have some of the details written in the bottom of the video of the different yarn stores and patterns and current whips that I've got going and things like that for all the knitting and crocheting things that I have. So if you have any questions, let me know. Leave comments. Yeah, all the good things. All right. You guys have a wonderful time, and maybe next week I'll have my floss tube, my fat floss, and my flat floss all together in the same video. And maybe I already did. We'll find out. I'm guessing not, though. All right. Good night, all.